Hi.
Hi, Aditi. I was
Hi.
wondering what happened.
No, the funniest thing has happened. This
Hmm.
meeting ID, when I
Huh?
created it, God knows how
Huh?
many months ago,
Huh?
I uh I think I did not say that this is a repeating session.
So every time.
So I have to go to our WhatsApp chat and then join from there. Even me, I thought it would be on my Zoom, but it's not there. Zoom has changed its interface, so I can't go to previous meetings unless I have said that this is going to repeat. So now I'm going to be changing
Okay.
meeting. I'll be making a new meeting room after today's class. And then
Okay.
I'll keep it repeating endlessly on Fridays. So I'll share the new meeting details with you later.
Yeah. Yeah. How do we do that? It's because I also look at the WhatsApp thing and then log in.
No, for you all, it's perfect.
Okay.
That is the easiest way that way you don't have to keep uh, you don't need to store it anywhere. This place is stored for everyone and the link is active.
Perfect.
So it works. Yeah.
Yeah. What? Any feedback on my work, Aditi?
Yeah, let me just go through. Hmm.
That serious, is it?
No, but I just want to see the places where I can give you
Yeah. Yeah.
um I will have to give you a list of things to look at.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just want to be sure that it's occurring everywhere
Yeah.
and not just a one-off. Okay, I'll just speak through it so you are privy to what I'm looking at. Okay.
No.
At the
Okay.
outset, I like that you have a consistent angle. So you've got that. That is great. The spacing between the letters is looking very nice. So you've managed that, which means a lot. So that means you've managed your exit strokes and entry strokes and division of space really well. So you're getting that, not a problem. The thick and thin is also in the right places. So that is looking good. That is giving your lettering a lot of rhythm. So that is down. As in, you're on the right track. It's not that it's fully achieved, but at least it's progressing in the right direction. So, areas of concern that you can work on. And now, when I say areas of concern, I would like to say that having achieved the first three parts has already, you've moved forward. So that you need to continue. And at one point, when you become very comfortable with the thick and thin, the angle, and the spacing, these next points are what you will work on. So it'll happen parallelly. It won't happen just with, you don't need to focus on that separately.
Yeah.
The spaces over here
Right.
between the entry stroke
Yeah.
and the downstroke, those can still be a little more distinct.
Is there anywhere that I've got it right in any of these? So I'll see maybe as an example, nowhere, no?
No, but then in that,
Okay.
what I'm thinking is that it's consistently the same.
Hmm.
I could say that the A over here
Huh.
has a wider triangle base. So it's a little better than the other places.
Okay. Aditi, look at my next page. Maybe
Yeah. Wait,
It's-
I'll do one
Okay,
page
sorry,
at a
sorry.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe the first line
Oh,
you as Y.
I
Do you
can't
think
see
that's
that.
okay?
Sorry, I can't.
Not that, that's terrible. The Y.
Why? Correct.
Is
Yeah.
that better?
Yeah, that's better. That's
Okay.
definitely better.
Okay.
Then the second point
Yeah.
is the loops.
Yeah. Bad.
I see you struggling on the loops.
Hmm.
So how can we change that? Do you find it easier to make strokes going away or strokes coming closer to you? So as far as the baseline is concerned, are you comfortable making long lines coming towards the baseline downwards or going
Yes.
away from the baseline up?
No, downwards. Downwards is certainly more comfortable.
Okay.
After that, when I have to connect the top and turn it around, then I get into trouble.
All right. There is also too much pressure being given on the second stroke.
Okay. Okay.
That can reduce. So
Okay.
you have a nice thick line over here.
Yeah.
That's fine. But this
This.
second part,
Yes.
make it a hairline.
Right. Okay.
So this is how you can make it. And also try to make it a little wider, because that way you will have more room there.
Okay. Okay. Wider and hairline.
Right.
Entry. Right.
Okay, moving on to the next page. Again, very nice. Huge development. The so the ball terminal on the C.
Yeah, that's a bit of a problem for me.
It's
I'm guessworking.
it is turning in too much.
Okay.
You cannot
Okay.
turn in that much.
Okay.
The descenders also can be a little wider.
Yes. Okay.
That way, like a jogging, you will notice the place where they intersect the first stroke,
Yeah.
there is much lower, but if you make it wider, then
Yeah.
it can join closer.
Okay. Okay.
Closer to the base, but don't touch it to the baseline.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Great. Thanks.
Yeah, nice. It's in the right direction.
Thank you.
Okay, let's check Alka's. Wait, what did I do? I stopped share. No, sorry. I meant to do this. Okay. This is from T.S. Eliot.
Yeah. Macavity is a mystery cat.
Okay. So Alka, is Alka here or not? She's on the phone, she
Yes,
said.
I'm here.
Okay. You can see, na?
Yeah, I can see.
I saw you earlier. Okay, so you got the angle right. You've got the thick and thin is going in the right direction. A few points. Whenever you're writing an apostrophe, I think you can break from the E and S.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Then where did I see something? Yeah, even see the H, it's going too shallow. You can make it rounder.
Okay.
Make it go upwards a little bit. I'll show this to you on paper also. So you have this line coming down. Currently, you're going, sorry, not this, not from there, but you seem to be going from somewhere over here and then coming down.
Yes, correct.
So it is unnecessarily creating some like a gap there.
Gap, huh?
Whereas you can do another thing is go upward. So you get a slightly rounder edge. And you might
Okay.
also come a little closer.
Okay.
And that's happening on the P as well.
Ah, it's a similar stroke, huh?
Hmm. Okay, so we are headed in the right direction. Okay, Zai, where are you today? In what
So I've been doing O's and minimum. The O's I have posted on the WhatsApp group.
okay.
They are not very similar to each other when I draw them. I mean, when I write them.
Hmm.
And I think my pencil should either be blunter because I'm not able to get the thicker.
Chicken thing. Yeah, yeah. It could be a lot more blunt, I think.
Okay.
Or maybe softer. So I'll show you what you need to do. And
Okay.
for the others, I think even with for your practice now, I found something that's called a tautogram. Have you heard about this? A tautogram? This is a great exercise. My kids and I used to do that on long trips. You have to think of with every letter, you make a statement where each word in that sentence starts with the same letter. So making up sentences with this is more fun than trying to look on the net, because obviously there's somebody a nerd who's decided that they really want to make the longest, most complicated sentence. Don't need that. So think of just a simple sentence construction where you change every letter to, every word to a word that starts with, say, a P, for example. So you can have an adjective, noun, verb, adjective, adverb, noun. Just use that as a sentence construction and substitute that with an appropriate word. So you can say something like, pink watermelons prosper in paradise. It doesn't need to make sense, but it helps you to start the sentence and also have fun with the assignment. Otherwise, it can be a rather boring assignment to copy somebody else's stuff. So 5 to 6 words per sentence, and try to invent something right from A to Z. That way we see how we write each letter, and there will be an order to it also. Okay, so now I'll tackle Zai first, and then we'll all move to tautograms. Okay, now Zai, in your case, we are making O's where the left side is dark and the right side is very light. That is the kind of O I'm looking at. So it's angled also, and it's dark to light, dark and light. So I want you to focus on the shape and the pressure. So where are we adding pressure and where you have to release pressure? Eventually, when we move to ink, that is what will help you. So the pencil practice just helps you to move your tool in a particular way, and your fingers start becoming used to putting pressure and reducing pressure. Okay, do you want to give it a shot one more time? Okay. Now for the spacing between lines, you can keep those 6 lines and then start the next 6 lines, or you can also change this after this baseline, at least as far as our book is concerned. You can start a baseline, and so here, let me just do this for you. You have this baseline and you have X line. Then I have,
Can't see that.
oh,
Aditya,
I'm sorry.
okay, yeah.
So this is baseline, this is X line. Somewhere over here is ascender 1, and over here is ascender 2. And again, I have my descender 1 and descender 2. So technically, immediately, your descender 2 can become your X line also. You just have to manage the clashes. So don't leave extra space. Now I'm going to leave a few millimeters over here because of my line. But it would still be closer than the distance that you've kept, no, Elaine? So I'm
Quite
okay.
right. Yeah, I barely get about 4 sentences.
Yeah, and it also looks quite looks so spaced out.
Spaced out is right.
Thank you.
Hmm. Now, as I come closer to this little thing, the tail, the descender, I have to check how much space I have and then adjust my letters below. So I have plenty of space to put another B, but I should not have an L next to it or another ascender. Now, do you have plain paper, like printer paper? Do you want to try writing something like that on printer paper? Because we can make our own lines. We don't need ruled paper. Maybe you're ready to see how your letters look on regular paper, and then you can erase the lines. Shall we try?
It's like taking off your trainer wheels.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, we totally lost without it. I'm like, what?
I mean, like I'll be going up and down and all over the place.
Today is the day. I throw you into the
Oh
deep end.
Lord.
Literally
so-
throwing us into the deep end, Aditi.
Yeah.
I know, and I didn't warn you. Okay, so if you have paper, loose sheets, always use loose sheets. And keep a stack of sheets as a base. And then leave about an inch from the top and mark your lines first. And of course, shut your ink before you do any of that, because before you know it, your ink will be spilling all over your wonderfully marked sheets. Now, just for a change, do you want to change the dimensions and make lines at 4 mm x height? So since you're working on centimeters, leave 4 centimeters or 3 centimeters from the top and make, okay, chalo, let's just try with 5 right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then leave 1 centimeter. So this time we are going to make, because it's our first time, we will make just sets of 6 lines, as in the entire unit of ascender 2 to descender 2 separately with 1 centimeter in between. So we have 6 sets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 5 sets. Now I'm making this horizontally, so just check that your scales are large enough. If you're using the 15 centimeter scale, then it won't be large enough. Then in that case, you can make the lines vertical. To make the lines, if you've got mechanical pencil, clutch pencil, use that because it's much more accurate than these regular sharpening pencils. The line is more steady, it's the same thickness, and it also touches the edge of the ruler, so it makes a more accurate line. Since you're working in mm's, just a fraction of an to one side or the other will disturb our design. And just for the sake of neatness, also try to keep some room on the sides, keep a margin on the outside. There's a very interesting reason why they kept margins on the outside. Was it on our group? I can't remember now where I read it. Does anyone know? Did somebody post this on the uh, Art from Home group now?
No, not that I have read, or maybe I missed it.
You've explained it, Aditi. I think it's about binding.
Yeah. So I knew about binding, but here's one interesting, much more interesting explanation for margins. And it seems at that time it must have been so practical, but because we just follow some traditions because they are just there and we don't think about it much, the circumstances may change. So that's just psychic continuity. But I came across an article or just a little factoid about ancient manuscripts being written in well, they were all created in scriptoriums, and the scriptoriums were often dark places in monasteries, so they weren't well lit spaces. I don't know why they were not well lit, but many of them weren't. I guess monasteries themselves were not superly well lit.
Candles are too expensive.
I guess so, but then you have daylight, right? I would have assumed that why don't you put the scribes in a room that has sunlight? Anyway, that's not the point. So, and also the material used was vellum, which is technically some leather. And this was the location of the scriptorium and the medium used was very attractive for rodents. So they would have a lot of rats, and a lot of times manuscripts would be chewed from the sides because vellum was welcome to rats. So, in order to not lose out on the written material, even if there were rats chewing, they would keep margins on all sides. So, at the worst case scenario, they could just recut the manuscript, rebind it, but the lettering was saved.
Aditi, you're making sets of 5 lines at 5 centimeters.
6 lines at 5 centimeters.
Okay.
Because we need ascender 2 to descender 2. That would be 6 lines.
You're doing it horizontally, no?
Yes, I'm doing it horizontally.
Okay.
Usually our lines become, I mean, because of the shape, our words are so spread out that we tend to, we won't be able to fit everything in 8 inches. So that's why I'm giving us, like the width of the paper itself is 8 inches or 8.25. And the length is about 11.15. So 11 would be a little less stressful. Now here you can align the inside part of your templates to the edge of the paper itself and make lines up to a point where you can make the full line. So that's till about here. And then move it to the other side. I think I could have made those earlier, other lines also. Okay, so that's our sheet. Now for practice, you can make, sorry, excuse me. You can make all these lines in a nice dark ink also. And then you can use printer paper and use the ruled sheet as a template underneath your white paper. And that way you don't have to make lines on every sheet. So we'll write on this first. This is so that you can test if the 5 mm is good for you. And of course, you can write on this sheet. Once you make a template that you can keep underneath, write down what dimensions they are and what distance apart also. So I'm going to make the next tautogram using C. Now with C, remember the sound has to be the same. Huh? So you can't say children, or though the letter is C, don't change the sound. That becomes very bad. So you can't say cold children. Make it cold cousins or something like that. So keep the sound the same. Okay, just do me one favor before you make these lines. Whichever paper you're using, just do a test now that the paper is receiving ink properly, it's not blotting, and it's not too rough for the nib. And after that, make all the lines. I forgot to tell you this because I'm used to writing on this paper with my ink, but maybe for you, if you're doing it for the first time, it's better to test than regret making the lines on the wrong paper. Zui, how are you doing? Oh, Zui.
Yeah.
Sorry. When I said it, I realized, wait, there's no Zui. Okay.
Can you see it?
Yeah. Okay. Slightly better. All right. Can I give you some? I have given you some letters, no, Adi?
Minimum.
Only minimum. Okay. Let's move to others. Okay. So let's try making some letters with the oval also. So like we did for I, U, yeah, I and U, I think. No? This is the structure for I. You have an entry stroke and the downstroke. Right? We've done this.
No.
No?
We've
Okay.
only minimum, but I use the stroke in that.
All right. So the structure is always an entry stroke that goes about 2/3 of the way up. And then from there, you make the next stroke, which comes and in its path joins the entry stroke. And then it creates a letter. If you repeat this twice, you will make a U out of it. So in this process, we have to try and maintain these shapes or uniformity in this negative space. That is what supports the letter and makes it look pretty. So even over here, and it's a very simple process. You maintain the exact same angle for the upstroke, the exact same angle for the downstroke. The downstroke is straight down and then it turns right. So it's a straight down stroke. This is how our pencil works and even the pen works. And then there's an angle that you take it right this way. Sometimes it can go shallower. Either is fine. But this part is straight. So what we don't want to do is create this. This is actually okay for copper plate. Now, copper plate is a completely different script. What we are doing is engrossers. And once you are familiar with engrossers, then you can make a much better copper plate as well, where you will automatically start visualizing uniformity in all your curves. But for now, break the curve up into one straight line and the round edge. So just at this bottom end, the line comes slightly straight down, huh? Not right. You cut this way and then tilt it a little towards the bottom. And then you take the line away. So you get a very sharp corner here. It makes a round, turns around a very small circle. Whereas over here, it's a rather large circle. So these are the letters we will make now. And you can practice them in 2s and 3s. So you have I, U, N, which is an upstroke and a compound curve, and an M, so again an upstroke, then another upstroke, and another compound curve. Okay, and then I'll give you 2 more. The V. So this part, the loop, is just a U-turn. Come down about 1/3 of the way and then make an exit stroke. So all these are exit strokes. They are like links at the ends of trains where every dabba has got this little link at the end, so that it can go and attach to another dabba, and they keep all those dabbas free to join any train that they want to. That's what we are doing with an entry stroke and an exit stroke on either side. And W is entry stroke, downstroke, and another downstroke, and an exit stroke from the top. So only V will start with this. W will start like that. Okay, do you want to give it a shot?
Yeah.
Okay, how are everyone else's tautograms going? What are the funny statements you've made? Please share.
I have cool cats catch crazy crabs. And as absurd assumptions, I don't know why I did this. Absurd assumptions astound all antiquarians. Don't ask me why I did this. I shall do
Oh,
simpler
it's
ones.
fun. No, I love this. Make them as complicated and as bizarre as possible.
Baby boomers bounce back.
Oh, nice.
This was in the old book. I haven't dared to start on the on the lined ones now that I've done it all. I
Oh,
shall save it up for when I start afresh with the D.
okay. So
I've
I'm gonna-
posted mine on the group.
I've done that, yeah. Yeah, let's see.
I posted mine on the group. And then I drew the lines and then I tested the paper and it blotted. So now I'm drawing
Oh.
lines again. Oh, no.
Oh,
Ah.
I
no.
haven't tested my
Yeah.
paper either.
Test, Elaine. Test before you finish.
Test
I know,
before.
I know. So I stopped
I
there.
just
said
touched my pen to the paper and the ink just ballooned and I was like, no.
Okay, so here's a tip. Get a whole stack or a ream of 100 GSM printer paper or executive bond. That
Executive bond I think is better, na?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that paper is usually coated and it is meant for more formal letters. So it's better quality, it's slightly thicker also. And do make that template, which you
Yeah.
can, on top of which you can keep a sheet of paper and seamlessly
Yes.
continue writing.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
because I want you to be practiced enough to see that line and draw and make, you can then make multiple such things. You don't need to make them in blocks of 6
Six.
lines, then one line you leave and so on. Just make a whole page of lines which are 5 centimeters apart, 5 millimeters apart, 4 millimeters apart, even 3 millimeters apart. And somewhere in the corner, just write 5, 4, 3, and then you can practice at various thicknesses. And at various thicknesses, you will change your pressure strokes. Hairlines.
But using the same nib, Aditi.
Same nib.
So that means a 3. Sorry.
Yeah.
So that means a 3. I mean, to get that thick at the corner of the C is going to be like really minute. Ew. Okay.
Look, it's not a requirement today
I know,
or this,
I
but
know.
at some point, it's a good idea to practice different X heights. You will need it for any project. You will need a nice thick line or thick X height or a thin X height also. Okay. So now, yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, eventually you will probably all get a light box. And unless you already have one. You will get a light
like our
box.
geography class.
Correct. And then you will place your pages, your paper, and your so you'll have that template below and your plain paper on top of this template, and the light from below will help you see the lines more clearly. But not now. Don't order your light boxes today. Let's give it some time. Let's at least finish all the capital letters. Write a nice quote that you can put on the wall, and then we will explore if you want to get light boxes.
I miss my geography classroom then. We had such beautiful light boxes for all our tracing.
Really?
simple
I
to-
never used a
Yeah.
light geography. I don't know
Oh,
this one.
I did because in college I had geography, so we had a lot of
Ah.
surveys and very nice. I love that light box. It was so simple. I didn't think of that till now when you said it. Wow. Tracing, yeah.
Yes. Okay. So now next week, I'm traveling Friday and Saturday, so we won't have those classes available. Maybe what we'll do, I think there's another couple of classes we missed, right? So when I get back after 15th of September, 15th of September is also a Friday. The Fridays after that, which will be 22nd and 29th, maybe we can do an extended class. Maybe do a 2-hour class or something. So note it down somewhere so that you can keep yourselves free and we can do much more. I'll make up for these classes at that point.
End of August was going to be tough for me also.
Okay.
Lots of people coming and stuff. So good. Yeah.
Yeah, I have two trips more happening, so it's going to be a thing. Then on the 7th, I think it's the 7th of September also, we won't have class because again, I'm traveling.
Okay.
We'll have on the 1st of September, then directly 15th of September, 1st, 8th. So 8th, I won't be having class. Then 15th, 22nd and 29th, we have 4 Fridays anyway.
So this month, from now, we won't have any Friday class.
Uh,
month, right?
We'll have on this month we won't have because it's the end of the month.
Right.
Is there a 31st? There is a 31st.
There is a 31st, but
yeah, but is it on a Friday?
Thursday.
No, it's a
on
Thursday. Yeah. Yeah. So no, next week is the 24th, I think, right? 24th, 25th. It'll be a 25th. So we won't have. I'm back
Right.
on the 26th. So then on the
Wonderful.
1st of September we'll have the next class.
Okay.
Then on the 15th, 22nd, and 29th. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can you
Yes.
send picture of those letters that you told me? And can you send me the PDF of the 55-degree thing? I might get it done from some acrylic guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The template.
Yeah.
The line template. Yes.
Right.
All
I
right.
have to leave. I'll
Okay.
see you. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Bye. I'll end the
everyone.
session. Please share your pictures on the group. Okay. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.